normal not, but I'm pleased with a lot of things we did. I was disappointed in our rebounding the first half. I don't know how many, I think they had 8 offensive rebounds first half. I thought we had 6 turnovers, but we had some foolish ones. I thought we shot pretty well. Thought we rebounded okay. The second half, I thought we rebounded a lot better. Until the last 6 minutes, we're up 25. We're shooting 53%. We're shooting over 40 from the 3. We got a 25-point lead, and we go 0 for 7 or 0 for 8. And maybe to some people it doesn't matter, and it does to me. And I just felt like, Cash had a tough night. And to win a game like that with my star having maybe his most average performance, I guess that speaks volumes too. And at the same time, Xavier, had some really good plays, and he had some tough plays too. So, what I told them is, leaders got to lead. And I keep saying I got 2 guys with any experience, Cassius and Xavier. But on a positive note, all those sophomores and freshmen have no experience. Gabe played his butt off. And I thought Aaron played one of his best games. It's great when they can bounce back. I think Rocket, shot well, but he played well defensively too. And those 3 guys went 15 for 21 and overshadowed a 3 for 12 night. And so what I was trying to say to them is, we're not going to win games like that on the road. If you want to win, if you want to really compete for this championship, we got to figure out how somebody on the court's got to grab the bull by the horns and change some things. So, felt good about the win. I felt good about the way we played at times. I was disappointed in a couple of those 5-minute stretches where they went on 13-0 runs, and we just didn't seem to do what we needed to do. But we did beat a quality team who was playing some of its best basketball. I mean, they were the hottest team in the league. Guard has done an incredible job after a tough start. And I thought defensively, I don't know what they ended up shooting.
35 and 21.
I mean, we did a pretty good job there considering they hit like 5 shots in a row. And then a little bit at the end, so. Questions?
Obviously, Cassius gets the record. Talk about what that means to you, for him to get it, what it means to see the team do it, or to be there to pass it along. And also, did it seem like early he was trying maybe to get the record and passing more than he needed to?
Some other people ask me that. Not even close. I don't even think even close. I was disappointed that he came off those ball screens and drove it instead of pulling up and taking a shot. He didn't drive it to pass it. He drove it and threw up some. And I thought he got bodied a lot. I really did. I guess they did a good job, but I think he took some hits, and that's what they're going to do to him. So it was great for me because I guess if you look at the 4 years with Mo, you look at these 4 years with Cash, they've been some of the greatest seasons in Michigan State history, and some of my greatest seasons, and I guess it tells you why. When you got to be successful in football, you got to have a good quarterback. And I had 2 of the greatest ones standing out there, and what a thrill for me to be able to say that I recruited both of them, coached both of them, and they carried me.
Tom, a little more on Aaron's game. It seemed like he was really comfortable directing traffic without the ball, even passing, shooting. What has clicked for him?
Well, it sounds crazy, but Aaron just needs, he needs people to artificially motivate him. A good choice of words there in a polite way. Or in my way, he needs somebody on his butt morning, noon, and night, It's just the way he's wired right now, and he's starting to figure it out, though. He had a great week of practice. If he could keep focused, then he's a smart kid. Just sometimes he drifts, and tonight, I agree with you. I thought the practices carried over to the game. He scored the first couple of buckets. He made a couple big plays in critical times, made a big basket before halftime. I love the way Aaron played. He was mad that he didn't rebound well enough, and I would agree with that. I think he could have had a few more. I thought Gabe did a great job going after him. But Aaron was mad at Aaron, and that's always a positive when a player can self-evaluate. So there's no question that him, Gabe, and Rocket were special for us tonight.
Coach, after the game, some of us were talking to Mateen Cleaves. He was saying when he saw Winston was going to come here, he almost knew he was going to get to a high level and make a big impact on this program. Did you ever expect Winston to reach the level, this high level he did today?
No, I didn't. I just didn't think he'd be the scorer that he's been, you know. But what a great tribute to him, you know. But I thought he would be, and I said this his sophomore year in high school to his high school coach. I think he's one of the best passers I've ever seen. I think he has the highest basketball IQ, you know, most guys I've ever seen. But the other parts about him, you know, the ability to handle what he's handled, the ability to think the game like he does. He's starting to coach it in practice now, you know. And that's what I was a little disappointed. I didn't think him and X took our team over, you know. And that's what they got to do. Player-coach teams are the best. And but you know, there's so much on his plate, and I keep putting more on his plate. So I'll just say that I'm really proud of him, because when you start talking a record that's 20 years old, and when you start talking a Big Ten record besides, and we've got, I don't know, we've got a lot of games left, and I think it's just incredible what he's done.
That stretch Rocket got done in the second half where he made a couple of threes. How nice was that to see him kind of get into a groove? How can they do?
It was awesome. You know, Rocket got what he deserved, though. And let me tell you this. My graduate manager, Chris Fowler, and him have been spending more time on the shooting, and Rocket has really spent time this last week and a half. Now, fairness to him, he was injured before that and couldn't spend extra time out there. But I was really concerned, because I thought this was a game we really needed Kyle Arns, you know, to battle those guys in the post, have a 6'5" guy that was strong enough for those guards. And Rocket did a good job on that. He did a good job in the open court. He took shots that were on balance. I just thought that that's going to be a big lift for him. And when I'm going to be able to say, hey, you earned that. You earned it the last 10 days. I think those things will start to grow. I really do.
Kind of keeping with Rocket, I'm trying to think of a player you've had that gets his shot as easily as he does from the perimeter. For a young player, is that maybe a blessing?
That's a great point. Well, it is a blessing and a curse until he figures out what's a good shot, what's a bad one.
The air ball, the heat check shot, whatever. Did you bite your lip
No,
first?
because that was
a shot clock.
There was 2 seconds left in the shot clock, so I didn't. Plus, he had made too many. He'd already saved me, so I wasn't going to be mad at him then. But I think you're right. He can get a shot off. He can get separation. Maybe as good as, I'm just trying to think, you know, Keith Appling could get it. Kalen could get a little bit, but wasn't as big. No, I'd say he is the best. He reminds me of a Sam Vincent back in the day. You know, he just had a first step that was off the charts. And as he continues to figure it out, as he continues to practice, he just can keep getting time in there without being injured. I think he's going to be what the doctor ordered. We're going to need him. And, you know, 2 of the shots were a great shot, and then there was a little bit of a heat check one that went into, and that's what's supposed to happen for great shooters.
Tom, I know you were disappointed how your team finished the game.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, you beat Wisconsin by 12 points. Cassius maybe having one not so great game, but you had a lot of other people involved in your team. How does that make you feel knowing that you did this without Cassius?
Well, it made me feel good for one night. I'd prefer never to have that happen again. He's just so valuable to me, you know, and so what I'm trying to clean up is the turnovers. It's just too good to do that. You know, they bodied him. They did some things to him, and the other fairness to him is just kept kind of playing him wanted to play him through that. And I think him and X, a lot of flu going around. We got a kid here that hasn't practiced in a couple of days. We had, I think it was Gabe or Aaron, one of those guys was getting a little sick. Our women had 10 girls that were sick. And so I don't know if it was that. I think Cash was good, but, I told you guys, and I know there's going to be days when, it just didn't look the same, but at the same time, he battled through and made some big plays, and we needed him. But I'm proud of Foster. I'm happy for him. Malik Hall, I thought, played awfully well, considering. And, I think we need all those guys to play well because we don't have a lot of depth right now. But we need Cassius and Xavier to play well all the time.
Well, there was a run in the second half when you played Foster Lawyer a lot. Is that why you sat Cassius down because he was ill?
No, I don't think I don't think he was one of them that was ill. I sat Cassius, or DJ did, because he looked a little tired, things weren't going good. We got a little run, Rocket made some shots, and we just kept him out and thought we'd have him for the stretch run. I didn't think the league would get up to that. And we got to learn how to play Cash too instead of playing him to death. He sat a lot of those minutes and still had 32 minutes in the game. So, some of those things, like I said, I thought for the first time I saw him get frustrated. I mean, Wisconsin's a physical team. Those guards guard you. But we did a hell of a job defensively. If they don't hit those 3-4 shots in a row, those percentages are in the teens and in the 20s. And I thought we did a damn good job covering their swing and I said we got to defend without fouling. We had 11 free throws. I said we can't turn the ball over. We had 9 until those last 3 minutes. We had 3 in a row, 3 then. So that's not bad. We had 20 assists on 27 baskets. I thought we shared it. I thought there were a lot of positive things. It just, when you have 2 13-0 runs against you at home, some of that's got to be my fault, so I'll reevaluate the film and see what I can come up with.
On those assists, that's where I was going to go. You get 20 on 27 buckets, you get 16 on 23 from Cassius.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the connectivity that you talked about.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good point, that guys got assists, Xavier got 4, Aaron got 3, Rocket got 3 assists, no turnovers. I mean, that's a big night for Rock, because I just think as he keeps working, he's a tough, competitive kid, and I think, it's exciting to see him come around the corner a little bit, but it's sure not because he did anything wrong early, it's just because he didn't practice early.
Speaking of Rocket, we saw him carrying the ball up a little more tonight, working him in as a 1. Is that something you see him growing in, becoming more comfortable in lately?
Yeah, I do, and like I say, there's certain games and everybody, Foster the second time he went in, I thought he played a lot better than the first time, but here's a team that posts their guards, not the greatest thing for Foster, so there's going to be situations, but right now I got to work Rocket in a lot of places because without Arnie, we're so weak on the wings as far as any subs, and hopefully we can get Arnie back in a week or 2. But yeah, Rocket will play some 1, he'll play some 2. Sometimes Cassius and Foster like playing the 2 because they're shooters. They like coming off screens. Foster hit a hell of a shot coming off a screen. Did a great job.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, guys.